You're a Ben as well, I take it.
I am, that's right. Fellow Ben, good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too.
You guys are making it back to Oz soon, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But if it's cool, I've just got a couple of questions about the early days, if that's all right, man.
Of course, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, sweet. So 1995, when everything kicked off, and yourself and Joe and Chris obviously still kicking on. This is awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, yeah. What happened that made you all go, okay, stoner metal, this is the sound, this is the thing we really want to, do well.
Well, in '95 we actually formed with the name Our Haunted Kingdom, and
Mm,
we were more of a death doom band at the time. We were heavily influenced by the likes of early My Dying Bride and Paradise Lost and Anathema and that sort of thing, Cathedral.
mm,
I didn't have the confidence to sing, so I do death metal growling. And I was a big fan of the likes of Obituary and Carcass, Napalm Death, Their Side, and
mm,
Cannibal Corpse and that sort of thing. Um, but we realized that as we started doing shows and it wasn't us, as people, and the one band that we all agreed on that we wanted to sort of steer more towards was Sabbath, and that love of Sabbath. And as that developed, obviously, like I say, Cathedral were an influence, and Lee Dorian introduced us to stuff like Saint Vitus and Pentagram and the Obsessed and Trouble,
mm,
and it sort of grew from there really. And before we knew it, we'd changed our name to Orange Goblin, and we were fortunate that at the time of us doing that, there was a kind of explosion of stoner rock coming over from the US. All the bands like Caius and Fu Manchu, Monster Magnet, and Nebula, they would come over, and because we were London based, we'd get chosen as the support band for all of those bands. So it really helped raise our profile. And then Lee Dorian signed us to Rise Above Records. Um, and at the time, it was pretty much just us and Electric Wizard and Morn, which was great for us because Lee wanted to support the bands on his label, and that meant us going on European tours with Cathedral, and he took us to Japan and stuff, and it just kind of escalated. We were at the time five naive kids that just wanted to play music, and we didn't expect it to go beyond recording a demo and playing a few gigs at our local pub, but here we were sort of touring all over the world, and we were pretty naive and pretty unaware of the intricate workings of the music industry. So we just thought it was like a free piss up, and we'd go and get drunk and hang out with our mates for 6 weeks at a time, and it was a lot of fun. And but there was never any kind of financial uh, gain in it for us. We didn't even think about the money and things like that. We still had to work day jobs in shitty sort of warehouses and things like that, driving forklifts and delivery vans, and then it got to a point where I think it was around the time we did our first US tour in 2002. It was like, this is actually quite serious. We could do something with this. And by that stage, the press had started to kind of give us a little bit of support and realised that we weren't just sort of drunks that were having a bit of fun and a laugh. We were here for the long stay, and it's just been an incredible journey, really. Something that we're really grateful for. And those early days really shaped us as people and shaped the band.
mm. Yeah, that's awesome. I read that you worked for Dave Gilmour's management company, 115. Did you have
Yep.
much one-on-one with Gilmour, or was he more of like a, correspondence
I
boss or something?
met him a couple of times. Went to his 60th birthday party, which was nice. It was kind of, you know, Rick Wright from Pink Floyd, who's sadly died since then. He was there, and David did a sort of impromptu performance, and I was hanging out with the likes of Damon Hill and all these sort of rich, famous friends that David has. But yeah, it was a good time in my life. I learned a lot about the industry, obviously, and working for David Gilmour and Pink Floyd, they don't get much better than that, really.
Mm,
I'd find myself working on the campaigns with alongside EMI for the Pink Floyd um, re-releases and things, and I'd be told you've got to go to meet with Storm Thorgerson to discuss artwork or something, or you've got to go to Abbey Road and listen to the surround sound remixes of Dark Side of the Moon. I'm like, I'm getting paid for this. This is great.
Yeah.
So it was a great job, and it's definitely helped me in my understanding of the industry side of things, and which is why now Orange Goblin are a self-contained unit. We manage ourselves, we book ourselves, we handle all our own merchandise, we own our publishing, we do everything ourselves, and it's it's stuff you pick up after 30 years in the business.
Mm. No, that's amazing, man. It's cool that you can do all that,
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw you founded Route One Booking as well in March of 2020. How was it starting a booking company right, smack bang in a global pandemic? That must have been tricky, huh?
Well, when I left the management company, that was around 2012, and I left there because I wanted to give Orange Goblin a shot full time. And we
Mm.
spent 2 years sort of touring the world pretty heavily, and did something like 161 shows in 2012, which was, a big strain on all of us because we've all got kids and families and things. So to be away from that amount of time is a lot of hard work.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, for a band like ourselves, it proved to be that it wasn't viable financially to keep maintaining that and be away for that amount of time. So we all had to go back and find new jobs. And then when I did, I came back and I joined a booking agency called the Agency Group, as it was called back then, which had a really strong roster and, you know, fronted by Neil Warnock, who's an MBE, and he was a booking agent for Pink Floyd and David Gilmour and Deep Purple and Status Quo and all these Alice Cooper and all these huge artists. So I learned a lot from him. And then during COVID, um, when there was no activity in the live music sector, I got laid off and decided to start my own agency. It
Mm.
was something I really enjoyed, something I was good at. I built up a really strong roster of bands, and they luckily all chose to come with me at Route One Booking. And since then, since the world reopened, it's gone from strength to strength. And yeah, here I am today running a successful business. I mean, COVID taught us that thanks to the internet and with a telephone, we can work from home. Don't necessarily need to be in an office, especially in this line of work. So it's been perfect for me because it gives me a chance to focus on the industry I love, which is music, and working with the genre of bands I have. I work with I Hate God and Voivod and Fu Manchu and Earthless and The Obsessed and stuff like that. So it's a win-win for me because I still get the freedom to do Orange Goblin as well.
Mm. That's awesome, man. So Orange Goblin's last studio album was, 2018's The Wolf Bikes Back. Is the 10th one this year? Is that what I've heard?
It is, yeah, 10th studio album. Um, First one in 6 years. And obviously, as I say, a lot's changed in those 6 years. We had a couple of years where there was nothing going on. We had to kind of get by as a band or face bankruptcy because, even though the world shut down, we still get charged for storing our gear in studios and things like that. And so we released a digital live album, Rough and Ready Live and Loud. That kind of helped us get through that period. We did a lot of stuff online, Facebook events, and the live broadcasts over the internet, sort of thing, shows like that. But the main sort of thing we faced in that period was that Martin, our original bass player, left the band. Um, it was all amicable. He just decided that he needed to step down and focus on his family life and that sort of things, which we totally respected. And we replaced him with Harry, who's a long-time friend of the band anyway. And it was a really simple process for us. And with COVID going on, it gave Harry a chance to sort of learn all the material and pick up the bass where Martin had left off. So by the time everything did reopen, we kind of hit the ground running, and Harry was in place, and it was kind of a smooth transition. We did a new deal with Peaceville Records.
Mm.
Price Back was our last one with Candlelight. And we had a good time there with Candlelight. But we just feel that the last album kind of got swept under the carpet a little bit. So we wanted to try something new, something different. And obviously, as I say, growing up as a fan of the likes of Dark Throne and Autopsy and Paradise Lost and Anathema, Peaceville to me was like a dream come true. So yeah, they've been nothing but supportive and patient, and now the album's been delivered. They're really enthusiastic and excited about doing the best job they can. So it's a good time.
Yeah, that's cool. Any idea sort of when we might hear something, or is it just kind of a wait and see thing right now?
I think it's scheduled for things to start dropping around the start of April for a album release in the summer. So yeah, there's going to be hopefully 4 or 5 singles and some videos and stuff like that. People will start getting a taste of it very soon. But we'll be playing a couple of songs off it when we come down to Oz. So people are getting an exclusive there. You know,
Yeah.
after 6 years between albums, we've been playing this set now for a long time. So we're excited to have some new material to inject.
Yeah, great, man. That's cool. Excellent. Yeah, so yeah, you guys are coming first time in 11 years. That's awesome, man. So what do you remember about last time you were here? Was there, you know?
Well, last time, obviously, it was part of the Soundwave Festival, which is like this huge traveling circus where you kind of, you're flying between cities every day, and they're huge arenas and massive lineups, massive crowds. It was an amazing experience. We're really grateful to everything we got to experience on that tour. But we're more excited about this because these are, specifically Orange Goblin shows, and we like the small, intimate venues where you're up close and personal with the audience. You can you can smell the sweat. You can see the beer dripping off the ceilings and things like that. So that's going to be different this time. But as I say, Soundwave was incredible. We'd be getting on a plane in the morning to fly to the next show, and there'd be Tom Araya from Slayer sat there, or Scott Ian from Anthrax sat there, and Dave Lombardo's over there, and you're like, Jesus Christ, how did I end up here? And it was great. But yeah, this will be different. I mean, it's no different in the fact that it's a very fleeting visit, 5 shows in 5 states in 5 days. It's going to be a lot of hard work. We're going to be tired, but that's all part and parcel of this job. You can complain about it all you like, and the people that complain about it are the people that duck out after 5 years of being in the business. And we've been here for 30 years. We know what's involved. And we'll walk on stage each night and give, the audience that have been out and parted with their hard-earned cash to come and see our band. We want to deliver the best show possible. So regardless of how tired we are or how many miles we've done, we're going to go on stage and for that 90 minutes give it everything.
Yeah, awesome, man. Good to hear. Cool. Well, we can't wait to see you. Thanks a lot for your time, Ben. It's been cool to talk. Cheers, man.
It's been a pleasure, Ben. Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you in one of the shows.
Yeah, awesome. Have a good one, man. See ya.
Cheers, man. Bye-bye.
For more metal interviews and metal music videos, subscribe to this YouTube channel and check out the links below for the audio podcast. New one every Wednesday. Cheers for watching.